All right, so back from SF. My first time in San Francisco. Do a little walk around on the bike here. I picked up the spoke card from the Bike Coalition down there. Bike to Work 2012, the only spoke card they had. Pretty cool though, considering it's legit compared to what I've had before. You guys haven't seen this yet. I stripped the paint off my sidewall with some gel stripper. It's kind of sketchy, but I left the middle part black because, to be honest, I was just lazy. Some of it came off, but the industrial paint thinner, I don't know if this thing was powder coated or what, but it was hard and shit to get off. I had to literally soak it for 2 hours 3 times just to get all that off. So that's that. But okay, so now we'll start the vlog. Alright, so first things first, San Francisco was pretty badass. I'll say that right off the bat. Let's talk about the trip there. What a nightmare. For any of you who've grown up in a city full of streetlights and left turns everywhere, you're in for a shock. 'Cause you're gonna make a lot of rights and a lot of circling before you find out where you're gonna go. Parking's a nightmare unless you want to feed a meter. No matter what, you're paying. But once you get there, it's pretty good. Literally 5 minutes that my feet are touching sidewalks in San Francisco downtown, I have a bum all over me. Literally talking to me while I'm on the phone. So I say, I'm on the phone, and he looks at me like I'm crazy. And he keeps talking to me. I can't even recall what he said. I was so busy trying to guide my mother and father via phone to find parking. And this guy is talking about how he doesn't have anywhere to sleep, but yet I haven't heard him say anything about asking for change or food or anything. So this guy is just going nuts on me. And he keeps talking, he says 2 or 3 more sentences, and he's up in my face, literally 1.5 feet away. So I look straight at him, give him the death look, put my hand on his sternum, and shove as hard as I can. And I yell, "Get the fuck away from me before I put your ass into the ground." Full bore, all chords blaring. And the guy goes, he just puts his hands up, turns around and walks away. And these people to the right of me look, and he goes, "Just slap that bitch." So I don't know if they've dealt with this guy before and know what I'm going through, but good times. 5 minutes in, almost getting a bum fight. But so the whole first day I'm there, from 9 a.m. until about 6 p.m., we're dealing with parking and getting my sister situated at school. That's the whole reason we went on this trip. And yeah, so I didn't even actually get on my bike until I think it was 6:30. I'm out riding. I've got 2-3 hours of daylight left. So I head down through town. And believe it or not, riding in San Francisco is less stressful than riding in this town I'm riding in right now. Like, they have their bike lanes blow ass. Every street blows ass. There's trolley car lines everywhere, potholes, but you can literally avoid the potholes without worrying about getting struck from behind. Like, bike lanes like this, like, they give you whole lanes to yourself, and I don't think I hit a single rock, a single piece of debris the whole 6 hours that I rode while I was there. It was amazing. But so yeah, I ended up, after that little ride, I ended up riding from downtown Mid-Market all the way over to the wharf. I think it was Bay Street, and followed that all the way about halfway to the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I cut through town, got lost, found my way back to Market, went to the hotel, and slept. Got up 9 a.m. the next morning. Went out riding again, dead set on the Golden Gate Bridge, so that's where I was. Well, I stopped at some bike shops because I'd blown my tube out the night before stripping the paint off this rim. I pinched it when I was putting the tire back on. And So I found Mike's Bikes. I think it was on, it wasn't Market, it was Mission Street, I think it was. So I found Mike's Bikes. Sweet looking shop. Literally, they put bike racks in the parking spots on the road. So I'm looking out front of Mike's Bikes, there's like 8 bike locks. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. Lock my bike up, go in, buy a tube, pump my back tire up a little bit more because I didn't get enough in it. So after that, get some food. I think I grabbed a burger. And then I headed for the Golden Gate Bridge. Backtrack. Mike's Bikes, I'm talking to the guys, telling them I'm new to the city, how much easier it is. They were surprised by that. And, well, easy in terms of riding in general, not so much navigating. So they showed me a map and they told me about these windows that cut through the 2 big peaks. They go to the Golden Gate Bridge. So I said, okay, I'll go that way. I ended up climbing up through Mission District? No, what was it? Holy shit, I'm not even kidding you guys. I hoofed it 8 blocks up to the top of that hill and then rode down 8 more blocks of that shit. Down, oh my God, I wish I'd taken footage of that. But the whole reason I didn't vlog there is because my phone was bad. Apparently I have cells going bad in my battery. Gets to about 30% and goes, pfft. Well, I didn't realize that. I kind of had warnings, but didn't really kick me in the teeth till I got there. So I didn't actually start recording until I rode across the bridge and then headed back. So I do have footage of that, so I'll cut that in here while I'm talking. My phone's 100% dead, so you're not going to get audio. But yeah, so riding back across the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a little chilly, but I'm jamming ass across the bridge. I'm getting a tailwind doing like 25 across the bridge. Passing, literally, I probably passed 150 to 200 people riding northbound across the bridge. It was insanity. Rental bikes everywhere, so that was sweet. And then I rode back. I was pretty much in a cloud the whole time. So I'm gonna try not to get lost this time. I should be back in an hour. That was pretty sick. And so then I proceeded and I figured I wasn't gonna get lost this time. So I headed down, I think it was Bay Street, I think. Pretty much followed the bike path. 3/4 of the way back to downtown along the bay. And come back through town, dicked off for a little while. Got some footage through there. Bay Street, I think, is where I got the most footage other than the bridge. But I got some good pictures that I'll post up at the bridge, like literally 100 feet off the bridge on the south side. I got some good pictures of my bike. Unfortunately, I didn't have the spoke card in at that time. I'd picked it up just before that, and I wish I would have put it in, but I didn't. So that worked out super cool. That was actually on my bucket list, for those of you that didn't know. My bucket list literally consists of one major thing, and that's not even major, and that was it. So my bucket list is covered, minus some more minor ventures. So that's how that was. So yeah, that was pretty much the extent of the trip. I was there for maybe 36 hours, less probably. We arrived at 9 and I left at 3 p.m. the next day, so 30 hours roughly. But tell you what, the best part about that town is being on a bike. Your stress literally just flies out the window. If you haven't driven on all those one-ways, bring your bike. Find parking. Let's see, we parked for that 30 hours. We only paid $20 in parking, which is considerably cheap. Cheaper than I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were gonna be paying upwards of 50 bucks, but I don't know. I'm not from the city, don't make fun of me. So, no bike problems, except for my new Bass. Didn't realize my brake was lifted when I mounted up my bike in the truck on the way there. So I adjusted for nothing. All I had to do was look down at my goddamn caliper. If I had to wake up and ride in 70-degree weather all year long, maybe 50s, not even worried about it, life would be epic. But here in Redding it gets what? 40s, 50s is the lowest I like to ride, but I'll do it lower. Suit up, whatever, depending on the rain or snow. But we only get snow like every other year and it never sticks in town hardly. You might see it for 24 hours. One way, maybe. Ooh, squeeze the gap. Ooh! Sorry, spoke card. Yeah, I got it like probably a 1/4 millimeter away from another spoke, so every time I hit a bump, it just twitches. So that was the San Fran trip. And no bike problems. Happy face.